You have to turn it on.
We have been hearing all morning about dementia, about mild cognitive impairment, about what we can do to help to improve our brain health. And I'm Allison Sekuler. I'm the President and Chief Scientist at the Baycrest Academy for Research and Education, as well as the President and Chief Scientist at the Center for Aging and Brain Health Innovation. And what we're going to do for the next few minutes is have y'all play a game that is teaching you about brain health while improving your brain health. So it's really meta. And so this game we created in collaboration with these genius fellows in Ottawa who, how many of you have ever played the game Wordle? Okay. How many have you played the game Sudoku? Okay. Do you know that there is a Canadian version of both of those games now? The Canadian version of Wordle is called Canoku. And it's basically the same thing as Wordle, except the color framework has a lot more red in it for the Canadian flag. And it has Canadian-themed words. So my start word for Wordle is always plate, because that's what I'm told is the best thing for using in Wordle. But I always use maple when I'm playing Canoku, because it's Canadian. And when you solve the Canoku solution, it gives you a little fact about that word. And I'm learning so much all the time about Canada, weird little facts about Canada, but really interesting. And so if you're living here in Canada, I'd encourage you not just to play Wordle, but also to play Canoku. Later, they created this other game. You can maybe guess what this one's called. Instead of Sudoku, it's called Canoku. And also, instead of having numbers, it has icons, like little images. And the thing that's so cool, and this is what struck me about this game, was my mom, she's about to turn 84, my dad's about to turn 85, both still in quite good health, and they're both very, very active, physically, cognitively, and so on. My mom plays all of the word games all the time, but she hates Sudoku because it's got numbers in it. And I keep telling her, it's not math, it's just using numbers as placeholders. So what the brilliant guys in Ottawa did who created this game was they substituted those numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, with Canadian icon symbols like a hockey stick and a jar of maple syrup and a polar bear. And so even my mom will play that game because it's got nothing to do with numbers now. And so what we did was we said, hey, why don't we take that Canoku, that Sudoku game, is it working? Or why don't we take that Sudoku game and we can turn it into a brain health edition using icons where each icon is telling us something about what we can do to change our lifestyle to improve our brain health. So for us, what the game has in terms of the icons are a brain, which signifies cognitive engagement, a bed, which, as you heard from Dr. Lim, is related to sleep. We have an eye and an ear because sensory processing is really important. And we have someone's bicep because exercise is important. We have people showing social interaction, and on and on. And so what you do, if we can figure out how to show it on the screen, no?
I don't think it's going to work.
Okay, so what we can do then is, who has a phone with a connection that they can use? Anyone have a phone? If you have a phone, you can go to the website, okay? If you go to brainhealth.canoku.ca, and we'll have outside during the next break, we'll have a QR code and the link at the Baycrest table for you. So it's brainhealth, one word, .canoku.ca, okay? And let me know if anyone's got there yet. You can take a look at it. So brain health is one word, and then .canoku, Canoku.ca. Okay, everyone there? Have you got there? Sorry? Yeah, it's the same link. There's just different ways to get there. But do you see something that looks like it has a brain and different things? Yeah, okay. So what you'll see then is it will have, just like in the normal Sudoku, if you don't know the rules of Sudoku, I'll explain it very quickly. If you have, the simplest case is a 4x4. So there's 4 different quadrants with 4 different squares. And each of those quadrants has to have one of each of the 4 symbols. And each row has to have one of the 4 symbols, and each column has to have one of the 4 symbols. So I'm going to go to this now also, and I can play along with you. Go to the 4x4, and then what you'll see also is that there's a little green icon in the upper right-hand corner. So you can select 9x9 or 6x6 or 4x4. Let's go to the 4x4 beginner. Okay? So what it should look like, you probably can't see this from here, but it has 4, if you are in the right place, you'll see 4 Canadian flags and 3 beds and 3 brains and one bicep. Can anyone see it? Yep. It'll look like that. So the way that you play the game is you click on an empty space, just touch it, and then you click on one of the icons that's on the bottom, and you say which one is missing. So if I'm looking at this 4x4 under beginner, it has, in this quadrant, it already has a maple leaf flag, a bed, and a brain. So what's the missing icon? There's 4 icons. There's the maple leaf flag, the bed, the bicep, and the brain. So the bicep is missing, right? So now if you click on the bicep, it fills in, right? And then you can see going across the top, you click on this empty space here, and if you go across the top, it's flag, bicep, brain. So the missing one is bed. So you click on bed. And now that there's 4 beds, you'll see some little maple leaves all celebrating for you on the bottom when you push it. And then similarly, you can go in and fill in the others. And then once you finish, what you'll see is it gives you, your brain health is boosted. So you've just done good for your brain. You've been cognitively engaged. And it gives you an option of trying other ones, another 4x4 at a different level, a 6x6 or a 9x9. So we wanted to share this with you because, and you can also see there's also a link to go to our Defy Dementia program, which I'll talk about in a moment. And we wanted to share that with you because, again, it's a fun way of engaging your brain while you're learning about what you can do to engage your brain. And so if you go to the 9x9, you'll see all of the different icons. There's sort of 9 different factors that you can look at for ways that you can be engaging your brain. So we wanted to just share that with you, and then I think we have a few-minute break while we're working out the computer for the next presentation. So just, you can stay at your tables, play with the game, and again, at the proper break, we'll be showing the QR code so everyone can download it or just can link to it at any time. Every single day, there are 15 different versions of this that you can play, and it changes every day. We've had tens of thousands of people playing this since we released it a couple of months ago, and we'd love to have all of you join in and let us know what you think. So we'll keep playing your game, keep engaging your brain, and we will be right back.